Fellow Toastmasters distinguished guests, I'm sure that by now most of you are aware of my dream to become a motivational speaker. Now, after sharing my dream with you during my icebreaker speech and winning the Speaker of the Evening award, I was on a high. I posted photos of my trophy on Facebook and my speech got over 300 views on YouTube. I thought, wow, this is great. I'm going to live my dream. I'm going to become a motivational speaker. And immediately I started to think of my speech this evening. I thought, I'm going to speak about my journey with cancer. And then I froze. I thought, how on earth am I going to be able to motivate and inspire all those people while talking about my journey with cancer? Because the mere mention of the word is associated with pain, fear, anxiety, suffering, and pain. When I was diagnosed, and I'm not going to lie, because when I was diagnosed with cancer in 2005, I was going through a whirlwind of emotions. Initially, I was shocked because it was completely out of the blue. I went from being a healthy, energetic person one day to being told that I had what could be a life-threatening disease the next. I was afraid because I thought my life was going to come to an abrupt end or be shortened in some way or another. And I was concerned. I was concerned for my children because I didn't know what the future held for me, and I didn't want them to watch me go through chemotherapy or radiotherapy. I was trying to protect them from all the pain and suffering. But I was lucky because the type of cancer that I have is a low-grade lymphoma, which means it's not actually curable. It's what the doctors call manageable, meaning that I would only need to have aggressive types of treatment like chemotherapy or radiotherapy if and when it's necessary. And I was lucky because the type of cancer that I have hadn't spread to any other part of my body. It was just located in the lymph nodes under my right arm. And I was lucky because for the first 6 years after I was diagnosed, I only needed to have treatment every 3 months. And that was treatment to boost my immune system to fight the cancer cells. But in 2011, that treatment was no longer working, and the cancer was growing at a rapid rate. I was being pumped with all kinds of medication to try and keep it under control. And I was having to have treatment every 2 weeks. That was one of my most darkest times. I was depressed and I was scared. I was scared because I thought that I'd come to the end of the road. Yes, I thought that I'd come to the end of the road. And that's when I realised I wasn't only fighting a battle with cancer, I was fighting a battle with my subconscious mind. That voice in my head that was keeping me awake at night, telling me that the treatment I was having wasn't going to work, and telling me that I'd come to the end of the road. And at times that felt like it was a bigger battle to fight than actually fighting the physical effects of having to have all that treatment. And when you're diagnosed with cancer, people say, you need to remain positive. And that's true, you do need to remain positive, but that's easier said than done. I knew I needed to get myself out of that negative frame of mind. I needed to silence that voice in my head. So I decided that I was going to do some meditation. And as I was researching meditation videos, I came across a video on the law of attraction. And I discovered the power of positive thinking. And I discovered how to turn a negative thought into a positive one. And I discovered an inner strength that I never knew existed. I discovered how to silence that voice in my head. And I discovered Toastmaster International's Golden Gavel Award winner, motivational speaker and author Les Brown, who said, you have the power to create your future. And after undergoing radiotherapy in 2012, I set about creating my future. I set about creating my future as a motivational speaker. And immediately, that voice in my head started to bombard me with a whole load of negative thoughts by saying, who do you think you are? You're dyslexic, for God's sake. You've got a problem with your short-term memory. How on earth do you think you're going to be able to stand in front of all those people and motivate them? And I said, just watch me.